United States of America, a unique country, the most powerful nation the world has ever seen. But despite being a hyperpower, it's unusual, in one respect at least, in that it has no domestic security service. Since the revolution, we never created an MI5 equivalent, a national security branch of federal government whose job it was to spy on Americans. We thought that was un-American. But it seems as if that has changed. With the release of the FISA memo, we now know that under the Obama administration, Americans were spied upon by other Americans illegally for political purposes. We now know that a member of the Trump campaign, Carter Page, had been spied upon by the Obama administration based upon a secret warrant from the FISA court that had been built upon the Steele dossier, a dossier compiled by a British former intelligence agent, Christopher Steele, that was made up of fictitious opposition research, in part provided by Russian agents. This is all unclassified. You can check it out for yourself. The fact that this dossier, which had been paid for by the Democrat Party and by Hillary Clinton's lawyer, costing more than $12 million, the fact that that dossier was opposition research was not revealed to the judge in that secret hearing that eventually led to a warrant being issued for an American to be spied upon. That is obstruction of justice, or at least perjury, and abuse of power. If you have exculpatory information, if you have information that indicates the innocence of an individual, when you are applying for a warrant against that individual, you are duty-bound by American law to tell the judge. The Department of Justice at the highest levels and the FBI at the highest levels neglected to tell the judge, and that is a crime. But unfortunately, this isn't a one-off. This isn't the politicization of just the DOJ or the FBI. You look at the last 8 years, and whether it's the Fast and Furious scandal under Eric Holder, the illegal selling of guns to cartels south of the border, which led to the Attorney General being the first ever AG to be held in contempt by Congress, whether it's the IRS, in which we now know Louis Lerner was complicit in the targeting of Americans applying for nonprofit status with their foundations and organizations simply because they had the word patriot or Tea Party in the name of their organization, or whether it is this latest instance, we have a fact pattern, we have a trend of the politicization of federal government to be used as a weapon. Watergate is the largest political scandal in US history, but it was a minor event in comparison. It was a bungled burglary which led to a cover-up. This isn't one instance that led to a cover-up. It is multiple systemic exploitation of the government against you. Because if Carter Page can be spied upon based upon false information, the same thing can happen to you. There are other stories just around the corner. As I speak, Judicial Watch, that incredible organization here in DC, check them out. Tom Fitton, Chris Farrell, revealing that John Kerry's State Department compiled a secret dossier of information to give to a Democrat on the Hill to use against Donald Trump. That is not the job of the State Department, which is our diplomatic corps. They're not there to be used to provide political ammunition against a presidential candidate. And perhaps the biggest story of all, which is still out there, is the unmasking scandal. When our intelligence services spy on foreigners or foreign agents, if an American is rolled into that surveillance by accident, their identity has to be anonymized. The Obama administration unmasked the identity of Americans at a prodigious rate, more than 400% more than prior administrations, with very peculiar things such as the UN ambassador, Samantha Power, requesting more than 140 unmaskings, despite the fact that she is not part of the intelligence community. That's Americans, not being given their constitutional protections by the most powerful intelligence agencies in the world today. So this is the beginning of a series on Obamagate. We will give you all the unclassified information so that you know what is going on and what we must never allow to happen again. Because if we are not a nation of the rule of law, we have nothing, and the events of 1776 are for naught. Stay tuned. This is Sebastian Gorka. Thanks for watching. If you want to see the rest of my videos, please subscribe to the Rebel Media YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter @SebGorka. That's SEBGORKA. And if you like this video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter, because the fake news industrial complex has been lying for far too long. And with your help, we can get the truth out.